So, what'd you think of week one?
Week one. The first half of my Michigan State game looked really promising. It did. We had 25 points entering the halftime, and then we ended the game with 28.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about Brian Lewerke after that?
Our line looked so bad that it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Kenny Willekes, though. Kenny Willekes had a day.
I have no idea who that is.
Big Ten Defender of the Week.
Big Ten Defender. Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is we crushed Idaho. That's all I can say. I've never seen 79 points put up in a football game, and it happened twice this week.
Maryland's the GOAT.
Absolutely insane. Maryland played well. I mean, they played Howard, which is, do you know Cam Newton's brother plays quarterback for Howard?
Wow.
Yeah, interesting fact on that.
A little bit of difference in talent there.
Yeah, definitely a difference in talent. One went to Auburn, one went to Howard.
Well, he went to Florida first, right?
Well, yeah, and then he got kicked off, and he was there with Tim Tebow.
I know. He saw greatness.
He did. He was there for greatness. All right, let's get into it. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Frontrunners Podcast. Obviously, me and Matt are both at school right now, so we're doing this over webcam. But college football started this week, and it's just, it's football starting again, NFL starting on Thursday, first week of college football. It's just the greatest time of the year. It really is.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Yankees look good, which helps.
The Yankees look good, which is great, even though it's a football podcast. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Trevor Lawrence. So he did not have the breakout performance that everybody thought he was going to have.
I was thoroughly not impressed.
I was, yeah. So Clemson played Georgia Tech. Everybody was saying he's the greatest quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck, which he still might be. But not the greatest start to his Heisman season, as everybody was calling it. He went 13 of 23 for 168 yards, 2 total touchdowns and 2 interceptions. He had a QBR of 64 on a scale of 100, so not the greatest. He really should have thrown 3 picks, maybe even 4. If you go back and you watch the tape, there was a couple passes that went through defenders' hands that could have been intercepted. Yeah. He had he had a really good throw to T. Higgins for 60 yards, which was nice. He was off the mark on some pretty open throws,
mm-hmm.
and that's my concern. But here's the thing: Georgia Tech's really, you could tell Georgia Tech was focused on just taking Trevor Lawrence out of this game completely.
Yeah.
You could tell Georgia Tech did a really good job in the passing game. Running game, not so much.
No. Not at all.
Yeah. Travis Etienne.
Had a day.
Oh, my God.
Had a day.
Oh, my God. 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. I can't even, when I watch this guy, I feel like I'm watching Todd Gurley again. That's just who I'm watching. He is
before
explosive.
The scandal?
He had a scandal?
Yeah, agent. I'm pretty sure he dealt with an agent.
Really? Oh, well.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Todd Gurley, the football player. Yeah, but no, his change of speed is just special. It is. He is explosive as heck. He's going to be a first-round pick. Not even a question. So Matt, what did you think of Trevor Lawrence's performance?
It was pretty disappointing. That's what it was. Yeah. What else am I going to say? It was disappointing.
Yeah, he's definitely not in the updated Heisman rankings anymore.
No.
He had a pretty big fall after this week. He's a true sophomore. He's our age. So can't really. He's a kid. He's going to go through some growing pains. He had a really special season last year. I'm sure he'll have another special season this year.
He'll bounce back.
He'll bounce back. He'll definitely bounce back. A lot of it was hype too over the off season, just coming off the national championship game where he was just the pinnacle of college football. And so it's going to take him a while. I mean, he's still young. He still has a lot of learning to do. People need to realize that he's 19 years old. Like, he is 19 years old. So let's just give him a little room for growth. I'm sure he's going to have a great season. He's going to have Clemson in the national championship game.
I'd like to correct myself. It wasn't Todd Gurley. It wasn't an agent. It was investigation over receiving money for memorabilia.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the Eli Manning thing with his helmet. Yeah. Let's go to the most surprising upset of the week. Tennessee lost to Georgia State. Not Georgia. Not Georgia Tech. Georgia State University. Wow.
Honestly, like, this game, to me, it was just Tennessee didn't care.
No, you could tell.
They just didn't care. That's all this game was. I'm sure if they played again, Tennessee would kill Georgia State.
I'm not so sure, because Georgia State looked good, and Tennessee did not look prepared at all for this game.
Well, because Georgia State wanted it, and they prepped for it like they wanted the win. Georgia State was like, Tennessee was like, we're playing Georgia State. That's all it was.
True. Now, if they had the James Franklin approach of Akron, maybe they would have won the game.
And maybe, if they had a 4th and 5, and maybe they would have done a read option.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. So anyway, not a great start for Tennessee's second-year head coach, Jeremy Pruitt. They really have not been relevant in the SEC. I mean, just relevant in the SEC since Josh Dobbs and Alvin Kamara were there in 2016. I mean, I don't even
remember Kamara being there.
Even then, they were 9-4, their best season there. So it's really, basically since Peyton Manning. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. Blue blood program in college football. But some programs have falls from grace. Now to your boy, Jalen Hurts. All I have to
tell
say
me you were wrong. Tell me you were wrong.
Yeah, so Matt was texting me. I wasn't actually watching the game. I watched the highlights after because I couldn't watch the game. But Matt was just texting me throughout the game, like screaming about how good Jalen Hurts was doing. And he sent me, he DM'd me on Instagram one of the throws to, he had a wide open touchte
that one was wide open. Yeah,
that was the one you sent me. I was like, it's a wide open throw. What are you talking about? Stop getting hyped. But I went back and I watched the whole game, every throw he had. I mean, he looked special. You could tell he grew tremendously over the past couple of years. And he had a quarterback rating of 98.7, which is damn near perfect.
It's first in college football.
Yeah, it was the best quarterback rating of the week and number 1 in college football. So he went 20 of 23 for 332 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground with 176 yards rushing.
Led the team.
Yeah. He just had a special performance. They won against Houston, 49-31.
And Houston, that's not like a bad team.
No, they scored. They dropped 31 points on them. I know it's 12, so no defense, but still.
But Houston's quarterback is like one of the more explosive quarterbacks in the NFL, not the NFL, and college football.
Yeah, college football. Yeah. I mean, Houston looked good in this game. It's not like they were playing some scrub program like Tulsa.
Idaho.
Yeah, exactly. No, but he's definitely a little spoiler for the future of this podcast. He's definitely going to be the leading Heisman candidate after week 1, bar none. That performance was just insane. If he impressed me with some of the throws he was making. He made some tight window throws. He made some NFL throws. Before this year, Jalen Hurts was just perceived as a college quarterback. Nobody really thought of him going to the NFL after what he did at Alabama, because he seemed like just more of a runner, not much of a passer. I ragged on him because I said he's not really much of a passer. I thought he was more of what Lamar Jackson was at Louisville. A lot of the stuff about Lamar Jackson at Louisville was that people just didn't see the accuracy, which is still actually haunting him in the NFL. People just are like, is he going to become more of a thrower? And Jalen Hurts actually definitely showed some improvement in that game.
I mean, he did. He looked like a completely different person.
I mean,
it was the hair.
As soon as he cut off the hair, he became
That's it.
No, but if he keeps playing like that, Oklahoma will be in the national championship, especially with his veteran leadership and everything, because he's been there, he's done that. He didn't win as the starter, but I think his experience there will definitely help him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Oklahoma, you got yourself a good one, and maybe your third. Just hit my mic. Maybe your third Heisman winner in a row, which would be just crazy. That's unheard of. If I was a recruit, if I was a quarterback coming out of high school, why would you not? If this happens, why would you not want to go to Oklahoma? They're just pumping out Heisman winners left and right.
Yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, yeah. So if I was a committed quarterback, I'd decommit and commit to Oklahoma, just saying. Or Penn State. Anyway. Justin Fields. I have some animosity with Justin Fields because if you guys don't know, he was originally committed to Penn State.
And then he saw the light.
Okay. Well, he decommitted and went to Georgia, which nobody knew why, because Jake Fromm was coming off of a national championship season.
And then he saw the light again.
Yeah, and then he saw the light again. And he transferred to Ohio State. Ohio State's in their first season without Urban Meyer under Ryan Day. Listen, he looked good. He went 18 of 25, 234 yards, 4 touchdowns. He added a touchdown on the ground. They were playing Lane Kiffin in Florida Atlantic. They won 45-21. I'm not going to read into this game as much as I read into the Jalen Hurts game, because I went back and I watched it, and Florida Atlantic had nothing for those Ohio State receivers. Like, at 3 of the touchdowns that Justin Fields threw, literally there was no defender within 20 yards. So I'm not really going to read too much into this game until he gets into Big Ten play and tougher competition. But I'm not going to say he didn't play well. He definitely played well. And I think Ohio State definitely has a good quarterback to lead them this year and through the future. So I don't want to blow this game out of proportion, but Justin Fields definitely looked good.
And what's seeing this game, honestly, I think it just confirmed what I thought last week. They'll be fine. Like, it's not like, I mean, again, Urban Meyer's at Ohio State. If something was to go wrong, he'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still kind of doesn't he teach there?
Yes, he teaches, I believe the course is leadership.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good class to teach after that whole scandal last year.
Yeah.
Anyway, so game of the week, Oregon versus Auburn, 11 versus 16. The only ranked on ranked matchup. It was a very entertaining game. A true freshman going up against senior Justin Herbert. No quarterback really played great in this game.
I don't get the hype around Bo Nix now. Like, he played horribly. Yeah,
and it's before the fourth quarter where he led the MAC. No, but he was a very highly touted recruit. I remember watching him in the Elite 11. But he definitely struggled in this game. He did have some nice throws. I think that's where because he is a true freshman, people are kind of
still 13 for 31.
Yeah, not great. And by the way, it's crazy to think of some starting quarterbacks in college football are younger than us. Can you believe that?
Hey.
That's like crazy to me to think about that. It's also crazy that Zion Williamson is our age. So
yeah, I'll never believe that.
No, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Anyway, but Oregon really was the better team in this game.
Oh yeah,
definitely. Like, their defense was just getting after Bo Nix the whole game, and then they just let up in the fourth quarter, and Bo Nix led that great comeback. Yeah, he had 2 interceptions. There's a lot to be optimistic about for Bo Nix. He had some nice throws. You can tell there's a lot of growth to be had though. He's got the tools. He's got the tools. Justin Herbert, he played solid at best. He missed some throws. I mean, I don't really get the hype about Justin Herbert.
Me neither.
He looks good. Like, he looks good.
But to say he's the number 1 pick, I don't
think he's special though. Like, for me to be a number 1 pick, to be talked about as a number 1 pick, or a top 10 pick, you need to have special qualities. And I mean, he's good. Like, don't get me wrong. He's definitely good. He's better than Daniel Jones coming out. I'll say that right now.
Yeah, but Daniel Jones is the best quarterback in the NFL preseason.
Right, definitely right now.
Hey, he had the highest QBR in preseason.
MVP of preseason. I'll give him that. He was the MVP of preseason, definitely. But yeah, I don't really get the hype about Justin Herbert. I mean, I can see him maybe being a late first round pick. I think he's solid, but I don't really see the special qualities everybody's talking about, especially Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper's hyping him up. He's the second coming, but then again, he's Mel Kiper. And entertaining game. So Auburn obviously upset Oregon.
They jumped a lot. They're number 10 now.
Really?
Yeah.
So Auburn came in at number 10. What is Oregon down to? Do you know?
I think they went to 6. I think they went to 16. I'm gonna.
So basically they
basically just swapped.
Yeah. Listen, I don't think highly of Gus. Yeah, okay, so I don't think highly of Gus Malzahn. I really don't think he's. I think he's going to be fired if he doesn't really make some waves in the SEC this year. If he's not in the SEC championship game, if they go, 9-3, I think Gus Malzahn is on the hot seat. But yeah, Oregon.
I think Harbaugh's on the hot seat. They didn't play that well.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Did Michigan play this week?
Middle Tennessee. I think they won 40-21.
Oh yeah, I was watching that game up until like Middle Tennessee was keeping up with them, was putting up a fight up till halftime. Like they were really, like.
Yeah.
I mean, Harbaugh's might be on the hot seat too, but then again, I don't think Michigan will ever fire Harbaugh.
No, because the donors pay his salary.
Yeah, and just the connections to that program that he has, I don't think they'll ever fire him. But no, not great. I mean, great. They beat Middle Tennessee. Good for Michigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right, moving on. Alabama versus Duke. I mean, Tua.
Slow start.
Great. Slow start. Yeah, Duke was keeping up. I was keeping up with the score on my phone because obviously I was at the Penn State game, so I was watching the score of the Alabama game on my phone. I was like, up until halftime, what was it, like 17-3 at halftime?
It wasn't that
Duke
wasn't
was 14-3 or something like that. Yeah, Duke was keeping up. Like it was 0-0. It was 0-0 after the first quarter. Like Alabama got off to a slow start. But then they did bounce back. They did pull away. Duke did not have the GOAT himself, Daniel Jones, to keep them in the game.
These things happen. It was 14-3 at half.
All right, yeah. So that's not what
it
should be. It's like the Citadel all over again. Like it's like that is not what it should be. Alabama versus Duke. You're thinking 28-0 at halftime. Like Duke was keeping up, and that's not okay. I imagine Nick Saban ripped into them pretty good at halftime, and then they came out and they played like Alabama again. But
yeah, Tua looked good.
He did look good. He looked good after the slow start. He went 26-31 for 336 yards, 4 touchdowns, had a QBR of 94.1. So that tells it all. We all knew Tua was good. Like this is not surprising. Yeah. It's just a matter of playoffs because he just disappeared down the stretch last year. Jalen Hurts had to come in and bail him out a couple times.
Oh, by the way, I'd just like to say, if I keep looking to my right, it's because I'm making sure I'm not saying false statements.
No, that's right. That's right.
I just don't want it to look weird.
That's right. You look fine.
Yeah. Anyway. But Tua 26-31, 336 yards, 4 touchdowns. Solid. I mean, he didn't have that good on the run, 5 for 15.
Yeah, not great.
But I mean, the last time we had a podcast, Philip Lindsay just went 5 for 14.
Exactly.
So Tua is better Tua's a better runner than Philip Lindsay.
Tua Tagovailoa is a better running back than Philip Lindsay. Don't at us. Yeah. Anyway, nobody was surprised that Tua played this well against Duke. I mean, it's really going to come down to, does he maintain this level of play in the playoffs? Yeah. I mean, it's really confusing because he played so well against Georgia and he led them to win against Georgia in the national championship a couple of years ago. And then last year he just could not.
No, he couldn't.
He couldn't do anything against Clemson, and that's a testament to Clemson's defense last year. But then again, throughout the playoffs, really in the bowl game too, he didn't really look great.
No, He didn't look good in the SEC championship game. Jalen won in the game.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
I would really love to see a Jalen Hurts versus Tua championship.
that would be interesting. That'd be a great national championship game. Which it honestly might be the national championship, but I can't see Clemson not being in there, honestly. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
All right. So now that we gave our run through of week 1, it's time for second take. So this week we're gonna do who we think is what game we think is gonna be the biggest upset of week 2 of college football. So Matt, why don't you start us off?
Speaking of Clemson.
Oh God, no.
Hey, I mean,
Matt, they're not going to be beat by Texas A&M. Stop it.
You never know. I mean, I did not like what I saw from Trevor Lawrence last week.
Okay, but I liked what I saw from Trevor and.
Well, of course. I mean,
too many T's.
I mean, Texas. I mean, Grant. I believe they played Louisiana Tech, right? Texas A&M.
Yeah, Tech. Yeah.
They held him to 8 rushing yards. Again, that's not ATN.
Yeah.
But still, they could squash the run, and they had a lot of picks in that game too.
Yeah.
So I think they might be able to hold them down. Now, granted, some idiot said today that they're guaranteeing a win. So will they win now? No. But
Texas A&M is guaranteeing a win?
Yeah, Texas A&M. Some guy said we're guaranteeing a win. So now they have to lose.
Yeah,
but
lose now.
I did this before that happened, or at least before I saw it.
Yeah.
So I think it will be a true testament to like how they do. If they can win this game with ease, they'll be fine the rest of the year, no doubt. If they lose this game, they're gonna have trouble. If they lose this game, I could see them losing to Syracuse.
It's a tough. Well, maybe not Syracuse, but it's a tough game.
It's not a pushover game.
No, definitely not. They can't go into this game thinking it's Georgia Tech again, because this is Texas A&M. This is Jimbo Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
And
they should have beaten them last year, if you remember.
Yeah.
You should have beaten them last year.
Did they play last year?
I think they did. I'm like 99% sure they did.
Really?
Yeah.
What time does the ACC play SEC? Yeah, but all right. I mean, where is it? Is it in Death Valley or is it in
Clemson? It's in Clemson.
Okay, so it's at Clemson. Yeah, I don't know if I see Jimbo going into Death Valley and beating Clemson on their home turf. I don't see that. But
yes, last year Clemson won 28-26, and Texas A&M came back.
All right, so that's a close game.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have their quarterback returning?
I don't know, but I could find out.
Yeah.
But yes, they do.
Okay, so they got their quarterback returning. So yeah, I mean,
they have a shot.
They have a shot. They definitely do. The number one thing they can't do is just let Travis Etienne go off. They need to contain him because you saw Georgia Tech try to contain Trevor Lawrence, and then Travis Etienne just broke that game wide open. He won the game by himself.
Last year, Travis Etienne rushed for 44 yards against Texas A&M.
Okay, so that's all right. So they can hold him. They can hold him down.
They can hold him down.
Yeah. So Trevor Lawrence might have to win them this game, which he absolutely can. But okay, that's a game to watch. That's definitely a game to watch. So I was actually thinking about that game, but then I can't see. I cannot see.
You knew I was going to say it, didn't you?
I knew you were going to do that game, but I cannot see Jimbo going into Death Valley and beating Dabo and Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne and them boys. I can't see that. But it'll probably be. I think it's going to be closer than people think. Yeah, I think it might come down to the fourth quarter, a drive or two.
Like it did last year.
Yeah, and I just think Clemson has way more talent than Texas A&M.
ESPN gives Texas A&M a 12.5% chance to win, and I think that's really low.
That's pretty low. I would give them 25%.
Yeah.
But then again, Clemson is a powerhouse, so we'll see how that plays out. But that's definitely a game to watch. So for me, I went.
Penn State?
I think No, we're playing Buffalo.
Hey, Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack, you never know.
Yeah, they don't have Khalil Mack anymore. So I have number 9 Texas upsetting number 6.
I knew it. I knew it because I was thinking about this game too, and I was like, he's gonna pick it because he has a crush on Sam Ellinger, however you say it.
I don't know why. I have a crush on Sam Ellinger, but this guy, I'm with him all the way. He's my Heisman dark horse.
I know.
I think he's gonna win the Heisman.
He's my
Heisman pick for this year. So LSU is away. Okay, so don't underestimate. They're going into Austin. So LSU is going into Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. So don't think that this is like an LSU home game because it's not.
It's not.
And Texas is a tough place to play. All right.
Well, when they're back, but are they back?
They are back. They're top 10. They're definitely back.
I know. ESPN gives Texas a 20% chance to win.
That's way too low. That is way too low.
Yeah, I'd probably give him about 30.
I mean, Joe Burrow looked good last week.
He looked phenomenal.
They played Georgia Southern, though. Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
Who did Texas play? I don't remember.
Texas played. I'm blanking on it. They played Louisiana Tech.
No, they didn't. Yeah. Texas A&M played Louisiana Tech.
No, Texas did.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know who A&M played last week.
Oh, then I said something incorrect.
Yeah, that's fine. Sam Ellinger looked really good. He threw 4 touchdowns.
They played Texas State. Update.
Okay,
Texas.
There you go. Sam Ellinger looked really good. Threw 4 touchdowns against Louisiana Tech last week. Listen, I am ride or die with Sam Ellinger this year.
I know.
I have a crush on Texas this year. I really think that I picked them to go to the playoff. So I am going to you're hearing it right now. This is the game that's going to win Sam Ellinger the Heisman Trophy. You heard it here first. If he wins this game, he's going to have to play the best he's ever played. And this is going to be the game that people look to decide that Sam Ellinger wins the Heisman. I'm saying it right now.
We're going to come back next week, and he's going to be. We're going to come back next week, and he's going to be benched with an injury or something stupid.
All right. Listen. All I'm saying is don't sleep on Texas because this is a close number 6 versus number 9. Like this is not.
This is huge. If LSU wins this, they'll be top 4, I think.
I mean, maybe it depends how
I mean, I don't.
Perform.
I mean, I don't know. Ohio State's playing Cincinnati. And Georgia is playing Murray State. They're playing Ja Morant. So,
I don't think so.
So like they could easily jump into 4.
I mean, I don't think Ohio State will stay in the top 4. I think is Georgia in top 4 right now?
Georgia's 3, Ohio State's 5, Oklahoma is 4, and they're playing South Dakota. So they could easily jump into 4.
So
they win by enough.
Definitely, but I don't think they will win.
And then it'll be 3. That'll be 3 SEC teams in the top 4.
Now, if Texas wins this game, are they top 4?
No, I put them at 6.
You put them at 6? I might maybe 5. It depends how the
5,
other.
Maybe 6. Yeah. To be honest,
I
think Oklahoma should be 3 right now.
Yeah,
I think they should be higher than Georgia right now.
Yeah, Georgia. I mean, they played all right. They played good. I mean, Jake Fromm looked good. So I don't know. It's really hard to argue after just one game. It's really going to take a couple games for the top 4 to really settle in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my upset of the week. I got Texas over at LSU. So horns up, baby. Hey, that's a penalty. You can't do that.
That's so sad.
Sportsmanlike conduct.
So depressing that's a penalty. What have we succumbed to?
I really do not know. Anyway, so with week 1 in the books, we're gonna do our updated Heisman rankings. So Matt, why don't you go first with this one?
Jalen.
All right.
What else do I have to say?
Give your top 3. Top 3.
Okay, I thought we were gonna do 1, 1, 2, 2. Okay.
No.
But you agree that Jalen's your number 1.
Jalen's
your number 1. At number 2, I'm gonna stick with Justin Fields.
Really?
I am.
Okay. Okay.
His first game, he looked good. Granted, it wasn't the most tough of opponents.
No, Florida Atlantic. Not
but I think he's going to grow into a solid quarterback. And honestly, I think, there's the whole tanking for Tua. I think Tua might tank. I don't think, tanking for Tua means being the number 5 quarterback.
I know. Yeah.
But I don't see Tua at the end of the year being in the top 3 for Heisman. For number 3, it's going to be Etienne or Jonathan Taylor for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, both of them had outstanding performances, and I can't just pick three.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the running back in this one.
Yeah. Listen, if ATN keeps playing the way he played week 1,
He'll definitely be a top 3.
Yeah, 100%. So, all right. So for my top 3, I got Jalen Hurts number 1.
Sam Ehlinger number 2.
Pains me to say that. No, actually, I have Sam Ehlinger is not in my top 3 this week.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm not stupid. I have some common sense. All right. So I got Jalen Hurts 1. Obviously looked insane against
Houston.
Houston. There you go. Travis Etienne, I got a number 2. I mean, he won that game.
Oh yeah.
For Clemson.
It certainly wasn't Trevor Lawrence.
It was not Trevor Lawrence, and yeah, he single-handedly won them that game. 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, he's a special back. People are gonna argue and say Travis Etienne's not better than Jonathan Taylor. Listen, all right. It's 1A, 1B. All right, they're very close.
Here's what I would say. Is if at the end of the year they have very similar stats, it will go to Jonathan Taylor for the better running back because they have those Big Ten defenses.
Yeah.
And the Michigan State and Michigan's.
Yeah, ACC. Yeah. All right, but I mean, they're playing an SEC opponent next week. So if he goes off next week with that,
and an SEC opponent who held him to 44 yards last year.
Exactly, and it's going to depend on how Washington's season goes. I mean, they got a new quarterback, Hornibrook.
Did you say Washington?
Wisconsin, same thing.
Not really.
Okay.
Oh, I would just like to mention briefly in the podcast. Did you hear that Tulsa's running back promised 200 yards in the game
against Michigan State?
Yes, he said him and his backup would both get 100 yards.
Didn't they net 0 yards?
They net negative 73 rushing yards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great.
That's that MSU rushing defense. That's all we have.
There you go.
That's literally all we have.
Offense, not so much.
No.
All right. So, yeah, I got Travis Etienne number 2. I got Tua at number 3.
Okay.
He just had a great performance.
He did.
I mean, yeah. I think it's just adding on to what I know the Heisman's a yearly award, but it's just adding on to what he did last year, ignoring the playoff and SEC championship. I mean, we all know Tua is special. I think he had a tremendous performance this week. I mean, over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. I just think Tua had a very special performance. I didn't put Justin Fields in there just for the sole fact that it was Florida Atlantic. If you go back and you watch the tape, his receivers were wide open, like just not a defender in sight. He played well. I'm just not ready. He's definitely in top 5, but I wouldn't put him in the top 3 yet. He's definitely on the Heisman watch though. I'm going to do first one out. My first one out was Jonathan Taylor. So he's definitely in there. He had a good performance. I do have Travis Etienne as a better running back right now, but I can imagine that's going to alternate
back and forth
by week. Yeah, definitely. They're definitely by far not even close to 2 best running backs in college football. Like it's them 2, and then there's just a giant gap to the next one. We're gonna update our Heisman rankings every week, but that's our Heisman rankings for this week. So NFL season starting this week.
Yep, I'm so excited.
Fantasy football starts this week. I'm really excited. So we're gonna go through week 1, and we're going to make our picks. So, Matt, why don't you start us off with Packers, Bears, Thursday Night Football?
Tied.
You're going to go a tie? Seriously?
No. There is actually a game on this list where I really wanted to put tied, but I'll get to that later.
Oh, God. Okay.
But no, I think this is going to be the Bears. And I honestly don't think it's going to be that close. Mm-hmm. Because I think last year when Aaron Rodgers came back. Really? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close. I mean, granted, I don't think it'll be a 30-point win, but I think a solid 2-possession win. Because I think last year when Aaron Rodgers came back, the Bears defense just thought they had won it anyway. It was similar to Tennessee. They didn't really, we were up by how much, we're going to win this game anyway.
Yeah.
And I do think that Aaron Rodgers obviously is one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but they don't have the running game. No. I mean, Aaron Jones could be good.
The thing is about Aaron Jones is the Packers don't want to, like, Aaron Jones should be a starting running back in the NFL.
Yes.
He should be a workhorse back in the NFL. The Packers still have kind of a running back. They don't want to give him 20-plus carries with Jamal Williams.
I know. I don't get it.
I don't understand it. I mean, they're giving Jamal Williams maybe 9 carries a game when it should be Aaron Jones getting 24 carries, and then maybe Jamal Williams gets 5 or 4.
I mean, it's not like the Falcons were with Tevin Coleman and Devonta Freeman when they were both RB1 caliber running backs.
Yeah. Jamal Williams is not the caliber of running back that Aaron Jones is. It's to me, it's not close.
No.
So you really have the Bears winning by 2 possessions, huh?
I could see a 14-point win.
Okay. All right. I mean, obviously Green Bay upgraded their defense this year. It is at Soldier Field.
They do have 21 Savage.
They do have 21 Savage. Darnell Savage changed his number to 21 so he can call himself that. So that was a very PG-13 move.
Yeah.
Much like Paul George. The Packers upgraded their defense this year in the offseason. They got Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith. They got Darnell Savage in the draft. Rashawn Gary.
They got Adrian Amos, right?
Adrian Amos.
Is Rashawn Gary? Rashawn Gary was carted off the field in the preseason. Is he able to play?
I have no clue. I guess we're going to stay updated on that. Not that we as a podcast think that he would really have much impact on the game, but I mean, he is their first round pick, but
yeah.
Anyway, yes, the Packers made some significant upgrades at defense. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. We assume he's finally healthy. Devontae Adams is one of the most underrated receivers in football.
I know. I hate it because he is so good.
He made
Ocho Cinco cry.
Yeah, he is a top 5 receiver in this league, and it's not even close. Yeah, Ocho Cinco literally cried about how good of a route runner he was.
From what I am seeing, Rashawn Gary will be fine, and he will be playing in the first game.
Okay,
from what I see.
We'll see how he does.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a tough one. This game I could see coming down to the wire, but I do believe. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is special, but I do think that the Bears pull this one out. It's at home at Soldier Field. I mean, that defense is way too good. I mean, they did lose, obviously, Adrian Amos to the Packers. But
they got Clinton Dix.
They got Clinton. They have Clinton Dix now?
Yeah.
I'll see a little swap there. Even though played for the Redskins last year. Anyway, Khalil Mack, I mean, Akeem Hicks, Kyle Fuller, those guys, Roquan Smith, Leonard Floyd. I mean, the Bears defense is just a force to be reckoned with.
They lost Bryce Callahan, but I don't think it's that huge of a deal.
He was their slot corner, so I mean that's a little bit, but not the biggest deal, obviously.
No. Who was their first round pick?
The Bears. They didn't have one. They traded it for Khalil Mack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I do have the Bears pulling this one out. I do think it comes down to the wire. I can see it being like 27-24 or something like that, something close like that. But I do think Mitchell Trubisky and the Bears pull it out. I do think watch out for David Montgomery in this game. I do think.
You think he comes out this game?
I think he comes out this game. I think this is going to be David Montgomery's breakout game. I'm seeing like 21 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown or something like that. Yeah. I mean, so the Packers.
What do you think happens to Tariq Cohen at that point?
All right, Tariq Cohen. He's really more of a receiver in this offense. Like he really is not going to run the ball as much. Maybe he gets 4 or 5 rushes, but I can't see him. I think he gets 4 or 5 catches on top of that.
Yeah, I think they'll have him do. I think they'll honestly, like with David Johnson, they would have him line up in the slot and then put Chase Edmonds back there.
Chase Edmonds, yeah.
And I think that's what they'll do with him, and they'll keep him at kick returner.
I mean, yeah. I think. With Dave Montgomery, this is going to be what they wanted Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen to be.
Jordan Howard was that.
Yeah, he was. I guess they really didn't see a future for him there. I didn't really understand it. I thought he was rushed. He didn't lead the NFL in rushing or something, second in rushing in the NFL or something.
Something like that. Him and Devonta Freeman.
Year. Yeah. His rookie year, I think it was Ezekiel Elliott. No, it was Ezekiel Elliott and it was Ezekiel Elliott and Jordan Howard 1 and 2 for leading the league in rushing. So he's had 2,000-yard seasons. He had just under 1,000 yards last year. I really don't know why they got rid of him, but we're not going to get into that.
What do you think? Jeremy Langford was their starter at the time, and he wasn't bad.
Shut up,
But It wasn't bad,
nah,
but Jordan Howard was better.
He's not on a team right now.
I know. He single-handedly unemployed Jeremy Langford.
Yeah. But yeah, I do think the Bears pull this out. I do think it's a close one, though. All right, let's go to the next game. Let's go Baker and the Browns.
It's Baker.
Baker and them Brownies.
It's Baker.
Against the okay. All right, well, let me make the formal announcement. Browns Titans. This is in Cleveland. Who you got, Matt, if you didn't expose it already?
I got the Titans.
Oh, really?
No, I got the Browns. Hopefully Njoku and Odell combined for like 30 catches and 500 yards because that would help me a lot.
On your fantasy team.
Yeah, I don't know about Njoku. I don't know, but
I think he's the real deal. I think he's just an athletic freak, and I think it's going to show
honestly, I think that the one who's going to suffer the most from Odell coming is Jarvis Landry. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Njoku's going to step up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they'll worry about the receivers, and look, there's David Njoku.
Yeah, I do think that Jarvis is aware that Odell is better than him, though.
If he's not aware, there's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, but I do think Jarvis is gonna. I mean, Jarvis being there for Odell, I think this could be Odell's best season yet, like in the NFL.
I would love that.
I can see him leading the league in receiving yards.
I would love that.
Yeah, because Jarvis is going to keep Odell in check. He's going to keep his motions in check. Mm-hmm. Don't underestimate the fact that they are really, really close. They do help each other out. We saw it at LSU. Yep. They have a receiver coach there with them in Cleveland, which is just crazy. But yeah, this is the best quarterback Odell's had. Eli is not the same caliber as Baker Mayfield. Baker didn't look tremendous in the third preseason game.
No, he didn't.
But I'm not going to really read too much into that. Because he looked tremendous in the other two preseason games, and obviously, so he had one bad game. It's nothing to really focus on. It happens. But so you got the Browns winning this. How big of a score do you think it's going to be?
Honestly, I think it's not going to be as tight. It's not going to be as much of a blowout as people think. Yeah. Like I don't see it being any more than 10 points.
Okay.
Right. Because I don't know. I feel like Mariota will just make something stupid happen where he'll catch his own pass and run it into the end zone again. But
could happen. Here. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on this one. I got the Browns winning this. I could see the 10 points. I could see it being like 28-18, something like that.
Yeah.
27-17, maybe. But yeah, Baker, he's going to have a great game. Tennessee does have a good defense, so don't overlook that. I mean, Derrick Henry, I really can't see him rushing against this insane Browns front seven. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I honestly do not get the Derrick Henry hype.
I mean, he had a really good
last 4 games.
Season. Yeah, but that's like, it was pretty consistent. I mean, because they were pretty hesitant to give Derrick Henry the ball. Like, they didn't really think much of him as a running back. They weren't giving him the 20 carries a game that he really needs. Like, he's one of those old school backs that needs to get warmed up. They need to get a bunch of carries. Yeah, exactly. And Derrick Henry's one of those guys. And I think they finally started believing in him, finally started getting him those carries. And then you just saw it against, I mean, who do you do it against last year? Jacksonville? That insane 99-yard run?
Yeah, with the what?
You saw it against Jacksonville. Yeah, you had 3 touchdowns in that game. That was really his coming out party. So I think Derrick Henry maybe rushes for 70, 80 yards, but I don't think he's much of a factor in this game. I think Cleveland pulls it out. All right. The most invigorating game of the week. Ravens-Dolphins.
Can we not talk about this one?
We got to talk about it, man. Who you got?
It's the Ravens. Lamar Jackson will do great. Lamar Jackson will have 20 fantasy points at least this week, my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, who do the Dolphins have of value?
I mean, they lost their. I feel for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I know. Let me put it to you like this: their best ranked player in Madden is now on the Texans. Kenny Stills was their best rated player in Madden.
And I guess their second. I mean, I can imagine Laramie Tunsil was up there too.
I don't know who else would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Kenny and Drake.
That's surprising though. That Kenny Stills is their highest rated player in Madden.
I know. I was shocked. That just shows you how bad they are.
I feel for Ryan Fitzpatrick. I mean, that line was already terrible
I mean,
And now they lose their best player on the line.
I mean, this team they're tanking for Tua.
They're tanking. They better be tanking for something because I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. They're tanking for Jalen at this point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. I mean, let's see how Josh Rosen does. He's obviously not playing this week. Maybe he gets in the game. I mean, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, no, he won't come in until week 4 when the magic wears off.
Yeah. It fits magic exactly. I hope the Ravens just demolish the Dolphins. I have the Ravens defense in fantasy. But yeah, this is not going to be pretty. I got the Ravens all the way, and it's not going to be even close. I got I think the Ravens team as a whole gets to double-digit sacks in this game. Like, it's going to be terrible. Like, I honestly feel for Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen, whoever's behind that line, it's going to be brutal. It is going to be brutal. All right, yeah, so we got Ravens winning that one. Falcons, Vikings, who you got?
This one, I actually have the Vikings.
Really?
And I wasn't going to at first.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be close.
It is. And, I know Kirk Cousins week 3 in preseason was horrible. It was like 3. I don't even know what he was. He was like 3 for like 13 or something stupid. But a lot of people don't know his uncle died that day.
Oh,
yeah. So he wasn't there. Like he wasn't there.
Yeah.
And like his uncle, I'm pretty sure his uncle played in the NFL, and like he taught him football, and he wasn't there.
Give him a pass for that one.
I mean, if you look, I'm pretty sure in the other preseason games he had 2 incompletions combined.
Mm-hmm.
So like he'll be fine. Dalvin Cook looks like a running back.
He looked tremendous. He looked really good this preseason.
And I'm glad I drafted him.
All right.
I think that this might be the year. Honestly, for Kirk's sake, it better be the year. But they're going to go far in the playoffs, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
hopefully, or else Kirk's out of there.
I think, did they get rid of Laquan Treadwell? I really hope they did.
They did. They finally let him go.
They got Josh Doxson, who was good with Kirk in Washington. And I think this team's going to look solid. I think their defense is going to be good. They stole Anthony Barr from the Jets, which they did. Now they have
stealing if they had him anyway.
Well, he agreed to the Jets, and then he decommitted. He Justin Fields from Penn State. But they look solid, and now they have 2 really good tight ends. Yeah. I think this game again. This isn't going to be a blowout game. Matt Ryan's easily going to put up 24 points on the offense, but it'll be a close one, 28-24, something like that.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be – I would definitely like to watch this game. Obviously, I can't because it's not in market, but I'll be watching Red Zone. So this is definitely a good game to watch. I mean, this is a tough one. It's probably –
honestly, this was the toughest one.
This is the toughest one. This is the game I'm most looking – oh, wait, no. Chiefs are playing Jaguars. That's going to be a good one. All right, so this is up there for one of the biggest games I'm looking forward to this week. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a really, really good game. I'm actually going to go with the Falcons in this one. It is in Minnesota,
and I'm not surprised. I'm
actually surprised.
I know the Vikings are favored in this game. They have a 3.5 point favorite.
Surprised it's that high.
Yeah,
honestly. I'm going to go with the Falcons. I just think that their secondary. Xavier Rhodes has not been playing up to his caliber these past couple of years. He really did not have a great year last year. No. Like Rhodes have not been closed in Minnesota for a couple of years now. Like Rhodes are pretty open. Like I don't know.
Who's the other safety? It's Harrison Smith. And is it Andrew Sendejo or is he gone?
They lost Andrew Sendejo to the Eagles.
Who's their other safety?
It's a good question. I do not know off the top of my head.
And I love Trey Waynes, but he's a horrible cornerback. He's just really fast.
That's all he is. Which I mean, he's an alright slot corner, but he's not lived up to the.
I think he ran like
9 overall pick.
I think he ran like a 4.31 in the combine.
Yeah,
something stupid like that.
Yeah, that whole class of corners was not terrific. I mean, you had Marcus Peters in there, but it was like Kevin Johnson, who was the first round pick of the Texans. You had Trey Waynes. I mean, Marcus Peters was really the best one to come out of there, and he's on his second team too.
Trey Waynes still on the first team though.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do have the Falcons winning this one. I just think that Deion Jones and Keanu Neal coming back with Desmond Trufant. I think that's a big win. Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones and Mohamed Sanu, and Austin Hooper, I just do not think the Vikings can keep up with these receivers. I mean, this is up there for one of the best receiving corps in the NFL. Vikings are ironically up there too, but I just don't think they have the secondary or the depth to be able to keep up with Julio or Calvin Ridley or any of those guys. So I do have the Falcons winning this. I also think it's going to be really, really close. But this is definitely going to be the games I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should be fun. All right, Bills, Jets.
I picked the Jets.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I have the Bills defense, so I want this game to be 3-0. But no, or it's either 3-0 or like 35-28 with 5 pick sixes or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know why. I really don't know why I picked the Jets, but I feel like they're going to surprise people. Like, this is going to be Le'Veon's key game. If Le'Veon Bell could do what he did with Pittsburgh in this game, that's it. The doubt will be over.
He will.
Like,
I mean,
let's put it like this: Ty Montgomery played great this preseason.
He did.
How
is he still wearing 88?
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand that. He's already a running back. Like,
yeah, but if Ty Montgomery was able to do what he did and run it that well, Le'Veon's going to be fine.
Yeah.
And he is better than Robbie Anderson in terms of wide receivers, Le'Veon Bell. So he's their best receiver.
I mean, they brought Kelechi Osemele from the Raiders.
And they got Ryan Khalil.
They got Ryan Khalil out of retirement. So, I mean, their O-line's improved. I mean, Sam Darnold looks really good. He looked really good in the preseason. He looks like he's developing. Le'Veon Bell is, I mean, people have short-term memories, but Le'Veon Bell is a special, special back. Do not doubt this man.
I remember.
Yeah, I mean, you do, of course. But, I don't think there's going to be any buffer period. I think he's just going to go out there and be the back we all know and love. Mm-hmm. This is also a pretty tough one because I really love Josh Allen.
I like the Bills this year, but I don't like him this week.
I think, you know what? I think I'm going to go with the Jets too. I wanted the Bills, but now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, the Bills have a rookie running back. They got questions there.
Devin Singletary,
Yeah.
I picked him up at fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, the receiving core improved a little bit. They got Robert Foster, who was a rookie last year, played pretty well. They got Cole Beasley from the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, some improvements there. Their defense is no joke, obviously, but so is the Jets. I think it's going to be a pretty low-scoring game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game, but I do think Le'Veon Bell is the difference in this one. And
how many fantasy points do you think he puts up?
The Bills have a good defense, so I'll give him 18.
I'll take it. It's 3 more than his projection.
Yeah. I do have the Jets winning this one. I'm with you on that. All right, let's go to the next one. Redskins at Eagles. What are you thinking?
Eagles in overtime.
You think this goes to overtime?
I'm not a big Carson Wentz fan.
Okay, yeah.
You know that.
Went through this, yes.
Yeah. Honestly, it depends on what the running backs do. If Jordan Howard does a great game, they'll be fine. If they bring in Miles Sanders and he has a horrible game, which will happen, then who knows? But I don't think the Redskins are good, but I don't think the Eagles are that much better. And I don't know why, because all signs point to them being a top 5 team in the NFC. But
all signs.
I know that, but I just don't like it.
I don't know. I think this is going to be Eagles by a landslide. Like, they got Case Keenum starting. I mean, they don't have Trent Williams. They don't have Trent Williams playing.
Oh, they don't have Trent Williams. Yeah, it'll be the Eagles. They won't go into time.
I mean, that Eagles D-line, it's not going to be close. I got the Eagles winning by 20. Like, Carson Wentz against that secondary. I mean, Josh Norman, what the hell has Josh Norman done since he signed there? Absolutely nothing. They signed him as a shutdown corner when he was playing zone in Carolina, which made no sense to me. They lost Clinton-Dix. They gained Landon Collins, but Landon Collins had a down year last year. I really don't see the Redskins being all that much. I mean, they might be all right. They might go 7-9, 6-10.
For the Redskins, it depends on how Darius Geis does, in my opinion.
Is Darius Geis even going to get the bulk of carries, though? Because people forget Adrian Peterson rushed for 1,000 yards last year.
That's amazing.
That's insane. They picked this man off the street and they got 1,000 yards from him. That's ridiculous. And it was it was an under the radar 1,000 yards too, because he didn't have a lot of 100-yard games. But this man is 34 years old. Like, obviously Saquon Barkley is going to be the best running back in the next generation, but Adrian Peterson is one of the best running backs of all time, top 10 all time, and I don't even think it's a question.
I don't know. I haven't looked at 50s running backs. Don Hudson didn't play running back.
Don't make me slap you through the screen.
Hey, if I said Jim Brown, you wouldn't be mad.
Well, obviously Jim Brown's in there. Come on. Yeah. I'm not stupid.
I think the top 5 could be in any order. Barry
all right,
Sanders.
save this for another day. Save this for another day.
Okay.
We'll do this another time. But yeah, so we both so you got the Eagles in overtime. You sticking with
Probably
that?
Not. No, I'm not sticking with that.
Okay, yeah, I got the Eagles by a blowout. I don't even think it's close. I think Carson Wentz silences all the haters in this game, but then again, it's against Washington, so we'll see. All right, next game. Rams at Panthers.
Picking the Panthers.
Okay. Wow.
You know, I think the Super Bowl is really gonna hurt the Rams.
Super Bowl hangover?
Yeah, I don't like Todd Gurley this year. Because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, no, Todd Gurley is the biggest question mark in the NFL.
Yeah. And C-Mac is like huge. So
yeah, he's basically the Hulk. Like he gained so much weight over the offseason.
And Cam Newton's probably gonna play. And honestly, I just think that they're plain and simple. They're gonna upset him. That's really all there is to it for me. Yeah.
It's in Carolina. The spread is 2.5. And they have the Rams winning, but 2.5 is not. That's
either way.
Spread. Yeah, it's basically a push. This is a tough one. This is honestly a very tough pick. I am gonna go with the Rams, just because
they're the Rams.
Yeah, I just think talent-wise, the Rams are better. The Panthers don't really have much on the receiving core. They got DJ Moore, who I think is going to be a breakout player this year. But then again, I think the Rams just out-talent them. That's all I say. Aaron Donald is just ridiculous. So, yeah, I got Rams. I think it comes down to the wire. I think it is a very, very close game. I would honestly not be surprised if Carolina wins this one. But I do have the Rams winning. I do have Jared Goff having a pretty good game. And I think Todd Gurley is going to play pretty well. I think he gets like 17, 18 carries. I don't think he gets into like 24, 25 mark, but I think he gets a decent amount. So yeah, I got the Rams winning a very, very close one in Carolina. So yeah, we'll see. Opposite picks on that one. We'll keep in touch with that one. All right. This is my game of the week. This is the game I can't wait to see. Chiefs, Jaguars.
Respect to all my fallen Damon Williams brothers. We had a good run. It didn't last the season.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I honestly don't get the LaShawn McCoy hype.
I think just Andy Reid
horribly last year.
Yeah, I think it's just a comfort level with Andy Reid. He knows him.
Yeah. I don't get it. If it was 4 years ago, I would be like, oh no.
Yeah.
But
that'd be a big news 4 years ago.
Yeah. But who knows? Chiefs.
Chiefs? What do you think? Close? Blowout? What are you thinking?
In between 7 and 10.
Okay. I think this is going to be a true test of the Jaguars defense. We've already heard Jalen Ramsey is going to be shadowing Tyreek Hill all game. Was it a year or two after he called out Tyreek Hill for being
I think it was last year.
It was last year. He called out Tyreek Hill for being an all-pro in just special teams, not as a receiver. But now
he was.
He was. Now Tyreek Hill is an all-pro at receiver. So that came back to haunt him. But Jalen Ramsey is going to be shadowing him all game. If there's anybody that could stop Tyreek Hill, it is Jalen Ramsey. But then again, I don't think anybody can really stop Tyreek Hill. I think it's just more. Can you even slow him down?
I could.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not get crazy there. I'm going to take the Chiefs. This is going to be the real test of the Jaguars defense, though. I can't wait to see Nick Foles in this game. I'm really excited to see how Nick Foles plays. I think this is going to be a very high scoring game because I know it is the Jaguars defense, but it's also Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City offense. So it's an unstoppable force. And I mean, what is it? What's the saying? It's an unstoppable force hitting an
Meaning it.
immovable object. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. It's one of those. It's one of those things. But I do think it's going to be a high scoring game. Let's see if Nick Foles can keep up. I think he can. He's got some track stars at receiver. I think Leonard Fournette is going to have a pretty good game because Chiefs don't have a great run defense. So yeah, I got the Chiefs winning by 10 in Jacksonville. So that's going to be the game I want to watch most this week. And I don't know. Jalen Ramsey's giving me a little anxiety starting Tyreek Hill, but then again, I can't not start Tyreek Hill. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So let's move on. Now we're getting into the 4:00 games. All right, let's start with Bengals at Seahawks.
I like the Seahawks just because
Okay.
you know the Bengals aren't good. That's my reason.
Yeah, no, Bengals are terrible.
No, they're not good.
Yeah, no. I think the Bengals are going to be second or third worst team in the NFL this year.
Yeah.
So I mean, Andy Dalton. I think Ryan Finley will be starting by week 5 because Ryan Finley played well.
Let's hope. We need less gingers in the world.
Hey. So Ryan Finley, obviously rookie out of NC State. I think he'll be starting by week 5, week 6 if Andy Dalton does play well. I mean, Joe Mixon, we got Jadeveon Clowney, by the way. I just want to say that. Holy crap.
For a bag of Skittles.
For a bag of chips and just nothing. We got Jadeveon Clowney for a 3rd-round pick. Jacob Martin, who's a linebacker who you've all never heard of. And Barkevious Mingo. Draft bust Barkevious Mingo. Matt, I can't tell you how much I jumped up and down in my dorm room. I didn't hear about it. You're the one that told me about it. I didn't hear about it until you told me, until you texted me. You sent me you DM'd me the post on Instagram. Yeah. And then with just, I'm not going to say it, but it was an expletive in all caps. And and I was jumping up and down in my dorm, just screaming. Because, we got Jadeveon Clowney. Now, I can see this. I hope we sign him. I hope we sign him long term. I don't know. It's looking like it might be a 1-year rental. But either way, we got Jadeveon Clowney for absolutely friggin' nothing. Yeah. And I'm so excited to see how this goes. I think we're a Super Bowl contender now. I really do. Now, I know I'm a Seahawks fan. I know incredibly I'm so excited now that we got Jadeveon. But, I mean, if we don't sign him to a long-term deal, we get that 3rd-round pick back.
Do you really?
Yeah. So basically, we just got him for nothing.
You literally got him for nothing.
Literally nothing. Yeah. And I do want to sign him long term. But I don't know if we will. It's looking like we won't. But either way, if we have him for a 1-year rental, we're Super Bowl contenders this year. Because I know a lot of people are sleeping on our defense. But
as they should. Actually, no. It's just the secondary.
We have an impressive front seven. Yes, people are sleeping on our secondary. I mean, Jaron Reed had 10+ sacks last year. He's suspended, but he's going to come back week 6.
Ziggy
Ansah. I mean, Jadeveon Clowney. I mean,
Robert Wagner.
Bobby Wagner, who 99 overall Madden, best linebacker in the NFL. Fight me if you don't think he is.
Yeah, that's just stupid if you don't.
KJ Wright, who's had 100+ tackles 4 seasons in a row. He's a very underrated outside linebacker. And then, who do we got? I can't think of who we have at our other outside linebacker, but obviously we got a stacked front seven. Oh, Michael Kendricks, insider trader, who's actually not going to be put in jail. So that's a stacked front seven. It's very, very good. And Frank Clark ain't looking that bad anymore. I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. Do not sleep on Shaquille Griffin. Shaquille Griffin is a very underrated corner in this league. He's our starting cornerback. We got some great guys in the draft. We got some no names, but they're going to be great. I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. So we'll see. This is the first year officially without the Legion of Boom. Last year we had Earl Thomas for a couple games. It's the first year without the Legion of Boom. So we're going to see how this goes. Russell Wilson is going to have a great year. Chris Carson, I know there's a little confusion in that backfield with Chris Carson, Rashad Penny. Rashad Penny did come on at the end of the season last year, but Chris Carson still got his at the 1,100 yards. I know a lot of fantasy owners aren't psyched about that, but I do think they're going to be probably the best running back duo in the NFL. I'm really excited. DK Metcalf, I've been hearing, they've been just raving about him in camp, and it's not raving like just athleticism. It's raving like this guy's going to be a force in the NFL. Like they've been saying, like this guy's legit. I'm incredibly excited. If you couldn't tell, like this is going to be a good year for us. We snuck into the playoffs last year. I think we're going to have a special year. So if you can't tell already, I have the Seahawks winning this one. I don't think it's close. I think it's a blowout. I think the Seahawks drop 35, and I think the Bengals just maybe 14 if they're lucky. It's not going to be pretty. All right, Giants, Cowboys. You got?
I don't know, because I don't know if Ezekiel Elliott is playing.
I think he will. I think he's going to play.
I think he's going to too. And if that's the case, then I'll pick the Cowboys. If he's not playing, I'm going to pick the Giants.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
so
I don't know.
You're really going to pick the Giants if Zeke doesn't play?
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay. All right.
Hey, Eli does not look bad.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. They're saying this has been his best offseason in a while.
Because he has competition.
They're saying it actually looks like he lifted weights in the offseason, so that's good.
Maybe he benches 100.
Elijah looking good. I got the Cowboys winning this one. I don't think it's that complicated. Saquon's obviously going to go off, my boy. I mean, the Cowboys are a Super Bowl contender this year, so I think Zeke comes back. Contract talks are heating up. I think it gets done within 1 or 2 days of us filming this podcast, so it might be done already by the time I put it up. Oh, breaking news, by the way. Rams just extended Jared Goff 4 years.
Why?
What do you mean why? He just led them to the Super Bowl.
Did they win?
Okay, let's say trending toward the largest guarantee in NFL history.
Wow. Now that I don't like.
Okay, yeah. That's too much money. I mean, we don't have specifics yet. So it's trending towards the largest guaranteed money in NFL history. And right now, Kirk Cousins, I think, owns that. Or does he? Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson has that, yeah.
Oh, by the way, nothing new on Zeke. I just checked.
Nothing new on Zeke. All right. I have heard that contract talks are heating up. But yes. All right, so we just broke news for the first time on this podcast. It's pretty exciting.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
Anyway.
Except they'll see this 4 days later, though.
Yeah, so, all right, anyway. Maybe I'll post it tonight. You never know. All right, so, I got the Cowboys winning. I don't think it's close. It's in Jerry World, so.
Did we do Colts Chargers, or did you skip it by mistake?
I'm going back to it. Colts Chargers, yeah. So you got
Chargers. Just
why would that be, man?
I don't know. Maybe one team has a starting quarterback.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
And the other one is Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, Andrew Luck retires out of nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Just blindsides everybody. I do have the Chargers too.
Jacoby Brissett will not be the starting quarterback by the end of the year.
They extended him. They gave him 2 years, $30 million.
Brian Hoyer will beat him out by the end of the year.
Did they sign Brian Hoyer?
Mm-hmm.
They signed Brian Hoyer? Okay. Listen, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be closer than people think. It is a Colts home game because it's in L.A. at Charger Stadium.
That's true.
So, yes.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
But no, I do think the Colts. I think they keep it close. I don't think their season's in the trash. I think they could compete for a playoff spot. I do think pretty highly of Jacoby Brissett. I do think he's one of the best backups in the NFL. So we'll see what he's got. We'll see what he's got this year. I mean, he's got the weapons. I mean, Marlon Mack looked great last year. T.Y. Hilton. Yep.
Campbell.
Their defense looked tremendous. Paris Campbell out of Ohio State. He was just a track star. We'll see. But I think it's going to be close. I do think the Chargers pull out. I think Chargers win by a touchdown. That'll be a fun game to watch. It would have been more fun with Andrew Luck, but I mean, let's just talk about that. I mean, I feel bad for him getting booed off his last time.
That was obnoxious.
That was pretty bad. I mean, I understand where the fans are coming from. It's a knee-jerk reaction. They literally just saw it on their phones as they see Andrew Luck on the field, like not playing. So it was, I mean, I do think if those fans had a mulligan, they would not boo him. I mean, you got to take a second. I was kind of, just like my mind was spinning when I got this news. Like, I think all of ours were like, what?
I was just glad. I just said, I'm glad I didn't draft him.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of videos being posted of
Oh,
people
and him and Lamar
drafting
Miller.
Andrew Luck. Yeah, him and Lamar Miller, because it happened the same day. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my God. But no, listen, we all wish Andrew Luck a happy retirement. I mean, this man. I mean, we
Honestly,
loved.
in like 3 or 4 years, he may come back. You never know.
I think he does come back. Honestly, obviously we don't know, but I think he does. But right now, I mean, you just said the injuries this man has had to go through. I mean, I can't blame him for what he like.
No.
After what he's had to go through to come back and come back and come back and come back, and it's just like I can understand. Yeah, I can understand why he lost the love for the game. Like he's just like, what am I doing? Like this is he obviously, I think his wife is pregnant, either that or they just had a child. He wants to be able to play with his kid when he gets older. Like he doesn't want to be in a wheelchair. Like this, I mean, you can't blame the guy. I mean, he wants to have a normal life after football. He gave us all he had. He obviously, I don't think he'll be a Hall of Famer because he didn't play long enough. But maybe he comes back. Listen, but thank you for what you gave us, Andrew Luck. I mean, I feel bad for the Colts. They really had a Super Bowl team, and obviously they're going to have to look for a quarterback next year. But there's plenty coming out, so I think they'll be fine. All right, let's move on. Lions Cardinals.
I like the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
I don't think Kyler Murray. I think that the Lions, with Matt Patricia, the defensive-minded coach, will just absolutely overwhelm Kyler Murray.
Now the spread on this game is Lions by 2.5.
Yeah, it could go either way.
Way too low. Like way too low. I agree with you. I got the Lions like crushing them in this game. I think the Lions are being slept on. They were obviously my sneaky playoff team. You got Kerryon Johnson coming back healthy. The Cardinals, I hope they're playing from behind because I have Kyler Murray in fantasy. So I hope.
Who knows? Maybe they pull them and they put their backup in. That'd be awesome.
I really don't think they're going to put Brett Hundley in. Anyway, yeah, I don't think it's going to be close. I got the Lions winning this one. I don't care if it's in Arizona. Cliff Kingsbury is not going to get off to a great start, and it's going to be pretty funny. So yeah, Lions by a landslide. This one's exciting. 49ers, Buccaneers.
This is what I wanted to put the tie for.
Really?
I was like, these are two really bad teams. Yeah. But the worst team is the Buccaneers.
You think so under Bruce Arians? I don't think he's going to turn that shit around.
No, I said they're the worst team of the Buccaneers.
Okay.
So the 49ers are going to win.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with you.
I think,
that was funny.
Bold prediction, Tevin Coleman has a 100-yard day.
I don't think that's that much of a bold prediction. He's a starting running back.
He better have a 100-yard day, for my sake.
Are you starting him this week?
Yeah. It's him, DJ Moore against the Rams, or Damian Williams against Jacksonville. Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Anyway, yeah, I got the 49ers winning this one. Jimmy Garoppolo doing great in preseason.
Which helps me.
Yes, but I'm hoping that he's better. I just think the 49ers have a more talented team. I can see the Bucs winning this. Like it's not that easy of a pick. I mean, the odds are a push. It's even. It's a pick 'em. So I'm going 49ers. I think Jimmy Garoppolo has a good game, hopefully. I just think the 49ers defense is too much for the Buccaneers to handle. So yeah. All right, 49ers in that one. All right. Now we're on to the Steelers at Patriots. It's a good game. Sunday Night Football.
I like the Patriots.
That was quick. You want to say anything? Just
it's the Patriots.
Okay. All right.
If I say they'll lose, they'll win.
Okay. So I'm going to go Steelers because the Patriots always start out slow. They're always like 2-2.
They started 3-1 without Brady that one year.
All right. Yeah. But they started 2-2 with Brady that other, like 2 years ago.
Okay.
When Alex Smith came in and crushed them opening night.
Ben Roethlisberger, though, I don't know.
I just think. Go ahead.
I don't know about James Conner this year.
I think James Conner's gonna be fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about there.
We'll see.
We'll see though. But yeah, I just think the Steelers always have a great year when they're being looked at as the underdogs. They're like that people don't expect much of them. That's when they play their best. I do think the Steelers go into Foxborough, and I think they pull it out. I think it's going to be really close because obviously it's always close with Tom Brady. But the Patriots do not play well like the first 4 weeks of the season. They really never really do, and especially on opening night. Like the Chiefs have crushed them a couple times on opening night. I think the Steelers go into Foxborough, and I think they beat him. So
Okay.
that's my pick. All right, going on to the 2 Monday Night Football games. Texans at Saints. Who you got?
I like the Saints.
Okay, I'm with you on this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be close, but I think the Saints pull it out.
The Saints are just a little bit better.
They're favored by a touchdown, which I think is a little much. But I mean, I think they will win by a touchdown. But I think the Texans deserve a little more respect than that. But they did lose Jadeveon Clowney, and that's the only reason I think I'm going with the Saints on this one because the Texans. Now, I am glad they finally got protection for Deshaun Watson. Like they got the 2 picks from this year, and then they got Laramie Tunsil to be their franchise left tackle. So thank God they finally looking to protect Deshaun Watson because my Lord, that man cannot run for his life more. Like protect him, please, Texans, please. So yeah, I got the Saints in this one too. I just think Drew Brees and them and Alvin Kamara are just going to be too much, especially after losing Jadeveon. All right, final game of the week: Broncos Raiders. Who you got?
Raiders.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's a pick 'em. It's even. So.
Well, let me put it to you like this: Raiders quarterback is better than the Broncos quarterback.
Yes.
Right? Josh Jacobs is better than Phillip Lindsay.
Of course, 100%.
Their wide receivers are better than the Broncos. Antonio Brown.
Yeah, okay.
Their defense is better than the Broncos.
I don't know about that.
I mean, they have Von Miller. They do have Chris Harris Jr. too. Von Miller,
Chubb.
Chris Harris Jr. and Bradley Chubb. The Raiders have LaMarcus Joyner. They have no one else.
Good. That's good. They cut Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, I didn't get
linebacker.
That.
I didn't get that either.
They have Cleveland Ferrell, the best number 4 overall pick of all time.
I don't think that's right.
Probably not. Who are their corners? Why am I blanking on their corners?
Gary Conley. Gary Conley, Trayvon Mullen.
Yeah, so probably the Broncos defense is better. But
yeah.
I don't know. I just see but they don't have Gruden, which makes a difference.
Gruden.
They don't have Gruden.
They have Vic Fangio though.
Yeah, but Gruden.
You don't trust in the Fange?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Raiders in this one too.
And why were you so surprised when I said Raiders?
I thought you go Broncos. I don't know. Because I think it's really close. I think this is gonna be a close game. I think this is actually going to be a really good game. I think people are sleeping on Derek Carr. I don't know why Derek Carr is getting so much hate. He's a good quarterback. I don't know why people think that.
I don't think he was worth the money,
quarterback. But the thing with quarterback money is it's always next man up. I mean, that's just how it goes. Look, Jared Goff just got money.
Yeah.
I do think the Raiders pulled out. I do think it's really close. I would not be surprised if the Broncos win this one because their defense. But I think Derek Carr is a good game, and I just see too much. I think the Raiders are doing a great job rebuilding their team. I think they got a lot of talent in the offseason. And hopefully Antonio Brown's helmet is okay. God only knows. We'll find out. But, all right, barring anything with that, I think they're going to be fine. I think the Raiders are going to pull this one out.
Yeah.
All right. So those are our picks this week. I mean, that's about it. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with obviously our week 2 reactions of college football. I'll be watching Penn State versus Buffalo, and Matt will be watching Michigan State versus whoever. Western Michigan, which is an exhilarating game.
Yeah. They're better than Buffalo. You could agree on that.
Yeah, definitely. We're just going to crush Buffalo this week.
I hope you lose.
It's not going to happen.
I know.
Anyway, yeah, that's about it. So we'll be back with our week 1 reactions. We'll pick the games again next week. And all right, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Take care.